All right, this is really a very simple video. Basically, I am using mica powders to place over a prepped tumbler, stainless steel tumbler. I sanded the tumbler and then wiped it with rubbing alcohol and then spray painted with a black spray paint. And then I am using what you would call, I guess, the hang method for epoxy. So I'm rubbing a very, very thin layer of epoxy over this tumbler. And then I'm going to take each color of mica powder and just sporadically dab it in little diagonal lines all over the tumbler. And then when I'm happy with the amount of coverage I have, I'm going to use that chip brush to dry brush from the bottom of the tumbler all the way to the top, trying not to press too hard, but you need to put enough pressure on the tumbler that it moves those mica powders upward. And I really wanted to try this with Brite Tone too, but when I applied the mica powders onto my tumbler with Brite Tone, the Brite Tone is so thin that the mica powders just kind of smeared into each other and it just looked like a big mess. So I needed something with a little thicker consistency, and so I grabbed my glitter glue and I applied that in little sections because I didn't want it to dry on me. And then I did the same technique, so diagonal lines with the mica powder, dry brush from the bottom up in little sections all the way around the tumbler, let the glitter glue dry, and then do some more layers until I was happy with the appearance. And you guys, it turned out so good, and I was really proud of myself for experimenting enough without getting frustrated to figure out how to make this work. So I'm so super excited that I can make some more of these. But so you can do this both. You can do it with epoxy, you can do it with glitter glue. So I would love to see if you try this. If you have another way to do a Northern Lights tumbler, if you're using epoxy free products or CrystaLac products, Brite Tone, glitter glue, please let me know or tag me or have me watch one of your videos, because I would really keep trying to learn. I really want to keep trying to learn, different techniques. So you just keep doing that, dry brush from the bottom up until you like the way it looks. And then you're going to take a vinyl template or a vinyl stencil template. I use the blue stencil vinyl or removable vinyl to create a forest pattern. So I went on to Etsy and I checked in. The lady that I bought these from, she's still there, she still sells them. So I have one that has mountains with deer, and then I have one that has forests, and I just sandwiched that one image with the deer in between the forest and kind of broke it up a little bit, and you will see the image that I created in my Cricut machine in Cricut Design Space. So this is the image right here with those two put together to create one, and then I just measured the width of my tumbler, and then you're going to apply it. So the piece that I took out, I took out the bottom portion because that's going to be where I spray paint instead of removing the top portion. And then you want to leave that top vinyl on as you wrap it around your tumbler to prevent the overspray from the black spray paint from drifting upward on your tumbler. And then this is the CrystaLac tumbler that you're seeing me remove the stencil vinyl. You want to be really careful with the CrystaLac because unlike epoxy, the layers are not as thick, and sometimes I will poke my pin pen too hard into that CrystaLac tumbler and it rips, and that's super frustrating. So be really careful that you're just barely picking up the tips of the vinyl to pull off, and you want to pull off slowly, not so aggressively like I tend to do sometimes. So once you have that done with the CrystaLac Brite Tone tumbler, you want to apply a good 5 layers of Brite Tone until it's nice and smooth. You're going to give it one sand in there somewhere, but really you don't have much to sand because it's not glitter, it's mica, so it lays very flat. And you spray painted, you didn't put on vinyl, so the spray paint isn't sticking up too far either. So really, it's a very simple process. You want to seal it. I used polyacrylic spray for the Brite Tone one, and then I'm using Quick Coat. This one right here is the epoxy cup. I'm going to put a layer of epoxy over that cup, and then my layers of Brite Tone, and the finished product is voila. I didn't think I would be able to get the same appearance with the mica powder on a Brite Tone and a epoxy tumbler, but I sure did. I love them. I hope you love them as much as I do, and thank you for watching.